Yeah.
We are live. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of the Well-Hatted Cinema Club. I'm Eric, joined as always by my incredibly handsome co-host. Give it up for Micah and Brian. Look at you guys, man. Look at you guys. Back to the core three this week. Shout out to Zach last week for joining us to talk Obsession and Euphoria. That episode is now live on YouTube and Spotify, so go check that out. Shout out to Micah, doing a great job every week getting us live every Tuesday on YouTube and Spotify. If you haven't subscribed, please go ahead, engage with us. We really appreciate you guys engaging with us at all times. And then shout out to Brian also with our short form content going live on our Instagram and TikToks as well. So check those out. Should be some more Euphoria stuff.
Yeah, I'm going to be, I was actually about to say, shout out Zach, because I started listening to, because I was going to do one from the week before, but I was like, you know what, Obsession and Euphoria, it's popping. So I was listening to last week's episode today, just, start to farm some clips. And I'm like, that kid Zach just got the butter baritone. He's got it right in that pocket, his frequency. This man has worked in radio before, you can tell.
He's a pro. Pro. And we'll definitely have him back sometime for some sort of another horror joint or something low-key.
I know we plugged his podcast last week, but I was curious, is it through Sports Illustrated? Because who does he work for again? He works for
Sports Illustrated. Believe, I think, is I think it's his own company, and they have Believe in Northwestern, Believe in
it's a bunch of Midwest schools.
Schools. I think it's a bunch of different schools, Believe, Michigan. It's a ton of different schools.
Very
cool. So
he
runs the Northwestern one. So his last episode, Northwestern won the Women's Lacrosse D1 D1 championship. Mike and I were actually watching that this last weekend.
Very cool.
So go check out his latest episode. Shout out Zach. But this week we got a new jaunt to talk about. It's Micah's movie of the week. So Micah, can you hit us off with a synopsis of your movie?
Yeah. I Love Boosters is about three friends who make their living by boosting clothes, which is just taking high-end designer clothes for free and then flipping them for cheap. And it stars Keke Palmer, Naomi Ackie, and a third woman whose name I'm
Taylor
actively
Page.
looking up. Taylor Page, yep, directed by Boots Riley. And it's really a movie about class consciousness on a global level.
Yep.
Which we'll get into. But it's got this fun kind of almost cartoonish was what I got from it kind of tone. Mixed medium. You got some stop motion, a little bit of animation, obviously live action.
Yep.
Whole thing kind of reminded me of a fun, zany after school special about why you should unionize.
That's funny.
But I enjoyed it. I think probably not my favorite of all the Boots Rileys. I think Sorry to Bother You is kind of lightning in a bottle. But I had a good time with it, and so did my showing. What'd you guys think of the movie?
Eric, I can go with the and Mike, I agree. I remember when I was so excited for Sorry to Bother You when the trailers were dropping for that, and obviously we remember the horse beings. I haven't seen it in a while. There's a twist to that, and with this one, I kind of felt it was definitely I think it went a little high concept, a little over the top at times, but it worked. My theater was laughing. I think it got its message across. I would recommend this movie. It took some turns. I was waiting for the shoot a couple things to drop because it's a Boots Riley movie, and I can honestly say I did not expect you. I think there's two big. I don't think the teleporter really has a massive twist. I know it's a little high concept, but those two big scenes when it gets weird, I did not see those coming. That was crazy. Yeah. Eric, what do you think?
No, I mean similar with me. I think I've only seen I'm Sorry to Bother You. I was trying to look it up. Is he only got two real feature films, and then he's got that show?
But I'm a Virgo.
Yeah. So I remember watching Sorry to Bother You when it came out in 2018, 2019.
Yeah.
And I mean I really enjoyed it. And that third act at the time when I watched it, I haven't watched it since. The time that I watched it threw me for a loop. The third act, that twist, and I was just this is out there. Oh my God.
Yeah.
So this going into this movie, and I haven't watched that movie since. So I haven't really been in the Boots Riley stylized world in a minute. So coming into this one, it was really refreshing. And I think this time I was a little more prepared for like, all right, something weird's going to happen, but I'm really enjoying this like stylized world that he's building. Kind of like some shades. And I know it's pretty easy to like say this about a lot of stylized film, but like maybe because of the color palettes and emphasis on color, a lot of like Wes Anderson shots in there. Sometimes some use of like stop motion, like shades of Wes Anderson.
I think it was the minis, like that whole like chase sequence at the end. Definitely felt like that, like
too, like
that, like it's like, you know, because he always does those with his cars, and it felt like that. It was cool. I liked it. That was cool.
But I really also like really enjoyed the ensemble that he put together. I enjoyed every character that like I enjoyed Kiki as kind of our main like entry into the world, and then like the rest of the Velvet Gang. And I thought, you know, everyone else that had small, like Don Cheadle, I was cracking up when he was running this little triangle, like pyramid screen when he popped up. I mean, I thought like Will Poulter, Demi Moore, fun villains. But anytime like Lakeith came on screen, I was like in tears, like especially like obviously they once they kind of had the recurring bit going and they just kept going deeper. I was crying whenever he came on screen, and my theater loved it. Everyone was laughing, having a good time. Pretty packed theater. So, yeah. I mean, I don't know if there's anything from there, or Brian said that you guys want to pick up on, but
we can go. I mean, we can talk about the cast first off. I guess, Mike. I don't know who your favorite performance was. I thought that everyone did great. Kiki was a little more soft spoken. Kiki Palmer. She's a very high energy person, and they kind of dialed it back. But I thought it was great. I thought Taylor Page was sneaky funny. She played the girl who, you know, she was had that holding the breath bit. And she had these crazy, she was really all in the face acting. I thought it was funny. I think all the characters popped in this one. I think that's, if nothing else you can credit this movie with, the characters popping.
Very memorable characters. Yeah, when she does the breath holding bit and the comedian pops up, I've followed her stuff for a while. She used to have this like sketch comedy TV show on HBO. I always found her so funny. I just didn't expect her to be in this movie. There's a lot of like people that have like, I was like, oh, it's that person, you know, for like a scene or two.
Eric Andre.
Eric Andre. For a scene. Like, why not?
Doing there?
As a cop. Yeah, the crowd loved that when he popped up. Yeah, I thought they did a really good job. I thought Kiki Palmer continues to, you know, broaden her horizons. This is like it's like a comedy, I guess, but I don't even, you know, but it's probably more of like a regular like dramedy. You know, there's a little bit of drama, there's a little bit of comedy, or a lot of bit of comedy, but it's a different kind of comedy than maybe what she's, you know, it's not her movie with SZA or anything.
She was not different. She was the least comedic relief character out of, I would say, the entire cast. Well, besides maybe her other serious friend. But you know what I mean? Kiki Palmer was more the heart, the core.
She was going.
She was playing a different kind of role. Yeah, for sure.
I like that. Everyone made me laugh, man. Will Poulter was cracking me up. The whole, just everything about retail being how criminal it is, that what they do for these, especially in those designer ones, to pay is like the whole break bit. I never worked retail. I can only imagine anyone who did was getting a real kick out of that.
And
I don't even. Yes, there's some. Yeah, it's just about like, you know, exploitation of your workers. Someone with a tiny bit of power feeling like they're more important than they are. All that was very interesting. What was I going to say? Oh, I was thinking this while I was watching it. I was wondering what you guys thought about this. How similar career-wise are like Zendaya and Kiki Palmer? Because I think Kiki Palmer is probably painting with a broader brush and like with maybe like a deeper can of paint, just because she started so young and did so much as a child, like
Keela and the Bee and all that she's
like she was on Disney for a long time, then she had her own show on Nickelodeon, and then, you know, she did, you know, Broadway for a bit. She did, you know, she's put out music, she hosts a podcast, like she'll do anything and everything. But I was like, is she kind of like anything and everything in her way into being like a more credible like actress, I guess? Like, you know, Zendaya did Dancing with the Stars. I saw a clip of that a while like on the internet, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot she won Dancing with the Stars before, like post Disney, pre Euphoria and all that stuff. She had to go out and was like, I would win Dancing with the Stars. Is she the only one ever to get like a career boost from Dancing with the Stars?
Usually it's at the tail end, right? Like it's like
that's where people go to die. It's like the Christmas album.
Yeah, you're either a minor celebrity and get boosted, or you're on the tail end of your bell curve.
I can't name a single person.
I'm thinking like the Irwin siblings both did it, but they had like a show on Discovery Channel. That's my point. They had like their show on Discovery, or whatever. They had their following, but they're really famous because being Steve Irwin's children. So them both going out and winning Dance with the Stars, that gets their popularity up. Now they're in your house. Someone like Zendaya is a good example, because usually it's like, name an NFL star, like a receiver from the early 2000s.
Michael Irvin tried it.
Yeah, Michael Irvin.
Those guys can't move anymore.
Some of them are pretty good at it. I know Lamar, wasn't Lamar, not Lamar Odom. Who was on the last season? There was one player, tall as hell. It wasn't Odom, I don't think. I'm definitely thinking of
Lamar Odom, who was on crack.
No, it wasn't him. As soon as I said that, I'm like, that's not right. He was. I'll find out. But Eric, do you have any? Yeah, give your thoughts on Kiki's performance. I feel like that's what we were going for there.
Well, I was talking about their careers.
Oh, the career.
The
sorry.
Comparison. Like, something I picked up on early was like Keke Palmer in this movie is a executive producer, which is like huge, and that's for Zendaya has something like she's done really well, like business wise. Like they talk about the fact she was like one of the youngest Disney stars to like make sure she was like a producer on her Disney show, which really helped. Got her a lot of money, good financial, like business, very business savvy of her, but it helped her in her career. And then definitely like very Zendaya, like I love Zendaya, very like interesting career path to this A-list fame that she's got, because similar to her husband, like she has the criticism against her that she for a long time played very similar roles kind of over and over and over, very young and like very young typecast, and we've seen her and we've applauded her for like breaking out doing movies like Challengers and the drama. Meanwhile, Keke has kind of just been all over the map. Like she definitely has a distinct style, Keke, but she's willing to take on, as Micah said, like super different projects. And
they call her Keke keep a job.
Yeah.
There you
I
go.
I think it's like, oh sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say like she kind of pops. Yeah, she was like had a podcast. I think she was hosting like some game show at one point.
Yeah, she will, and it's not really hurting her at all.
No,
Like,
she's
no
getting
one's ever like, that doesn't really exist anymore. Where they're like, oh, you were on Dancing with the Stars, you can't come back in.
She won't get pigeonholed.
No, she won't.
Zendaya has had to work her way out of kind of getting typecast and pigeonholed. But to her credit, those have been all very mainstream movies she's been in. So
yeah, and I think Zendaya obviously has spent a lot of time establishing her now very, very successful acting career. But I think about Keke in the last few years. I mean, just off the top of my head, you have three. Like she was in Nope, obviously alongside Daniel Kaluuya. They had her be like the real, because Daniel Kaluuya's character barely talks in that movie. Yeah. I think you're starting to see her in multiple leading roles like this, playing, I'd say, a range of characters. From one of those days that this one, I Love Boosters, and Nope, and I'm sure I'm missing a couple that are in here. I know she's in voice acting, but it's starting to, like you said, Michael, we've gone from like oh, she was on Disney Channel. She's been around. You always know the names.
She did a lot of movies. I remember Aquila and the Bee. Yeah. Really big.
Yeah. But I meant more like now in these last 5 years, now it's starting to be like, oh, Keke Palmer's coming out in this movie. That's like now she's establishing herself as a name that I expect to see on the call sheet on a pretty big movie on any given year now.
Yeah.
Which it wasn't the case, like you said, even like 7 years ago, she was like, doing a pause. She was still coming off the Disney kid kind of, or whatever it was called. I don't know. She was Disney Channel or Nickelodeon.
She's both.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah. And that was around the time, like, I know with the Disney stars around Zendaya's time, like, looking at some of those kids that came out, you have to sing, dance. You got to be able to do everything. And that's obviously what Zendaya kind of leaned on to start getting her name out there. And then just kind of relying on being that young typecast again. Like, I remember feeling weird when Zendaya got cast in Spider-Man: Homecoming. Like, I was like, that's kind of odd.
That's kind of was one of the turning points, wasn't it? I mean,
that was
think
a huge
about
moment for her.
Because that was 10 years ago when we said, which is
if you think
bizarre.
about what she was billed in that movie, she was probably like 7th or 8th in that Homecoming.
I mean, she's barely in it.
Yeah, she's barely in it. And it's not like she was a household name at all. I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. The girl from Disney is like, that was 2017.
But the three main women in the Velvet Gang in this, right?
Yeah.
I liked all three of them, and I'm sure they're in a lot of other stuff that I know, but Keke always does. But Taylor Page, I recognize her immediately from Welcome to Derry.
Yep.
She was in that. And then
Yeah.
the other girl was Mickey 17, right? So like these are actors. They're starting.
Yeah,
I mean,
she was in there. She was in Sorry Baby.
oh yeah,
She,
okay.
Yeah.
So she's that's what I'm saying. These are like they're like these are three actors. I don't want to say on the come up because they've been around for a while, but sometimes you get a surgence later in your career of consistent roles, and I'm starting. Those three girls were all examples of me being like, I've seen them in movies recently, like popular movies.
Yep.
But yeah, they were all funny. I didn't recognize the woman who plays, was it Jeon Hugh? I didn't recognize her. I don't know if
I
she's
didn't
been
recognize her either.
Yeah.
But I thought she did a fine job. She she kind of came in later. She
Yeah,
didn't have...
huge exposition part she had to hit.
Yeah, and
like,
she kind of had it. Yeah, she had to bring a huge like dramatic beat to the movie in terms of talking about this whole other like plot point against Demi Moore's character, right? And like another whole other reason to be hating on Demi Moore now. It's personally affecting her. But with the ensemble as a whole, like I felt like a lot of the characters were like really well like fleshed out and felt like real people. Like as like crazy of a character that I think it's Isa Gonzalez.
Disgruntled retail worker.
Yeah,
retail worker who wants to
going
unionize.
from that to being like the person that has to explain what the teleporter gun
right, deconstruction versus
and the whole time I love the little quirk that she's just ripping her vape. Like I thought that was kind of funny. Like it just adds to this character of like a very like that person who's like chronically online is the one, and ripping a vape and disgruntled retail worker is the one explaining how this teleporter gun works.
Feels like it's kind of intentional, right? With I feel like all the characters is a very cartoony movie.
Yeah,
you feel cartoonish, but you have to offset your sympathetic characters against I would say the Cheadle, Will Poulter, even Demi Moore and Lakeith Stanfield. They're obviously hamming it up way harder because they're supposed to be the antagonist, not antagonist, but necessarily. But you know what I mean? Like they're the negative parts.
I feel like the people that are maybe more overtly representative of certain things, middle
representing, exactly.
or like Demi Moore, she's got like she's like the pinnacle. She's stealing creative ideas. She's exploiting all these workers, right? She's the big bad. I did wonder like what was up with bisexual demon soul sucker Lakeith Stanfield. I did wonder, is he just like a distraction, like, hey, like you could be class conscious or you could get down and dirty for a time.
That has to be it, because that was the one part I didn't really get, that like the scene that was
I don't
so
know
absurd.
What Boots' problem is. Not problem, but like what is his deal with turning Lakeith into some sort of like body horror monster? Like when that scene started happening, I was like, God damn it, dude! What are we doing? Like,
theater was squirming for that one. I was like, oh my god, man!
The theater was squirming, except I had this one guy that at everything he was doing like a. He sounded like the King Candy from Adventure Time, where he's just like.
I was getting like a shade of Kawhi in there for you with the
Kawhi Leonard. That was way higher.
Yeah, different.
Yeah, that's funny. No, but I don't like. I'm sure maybe upon a rewatch or like there'll be a breakdown you can watch where they probably plug him more into the message, because like obviously you said, Micah, like there's people representing you, me, the common man, and then there's people who represent the machine, essentially, like this capitalist machine. And even Will Poulter, who's not an executive, represents the authority position.
A cog in the machine.
A cog in the machine. Sure. The one willing to die, the company man willing to die for the CEO, not the people who actually need it. Which I think they did a good job just doing all walks of life. Like obviously you have like you see the overlap between Chinese factory workers, what's happening to them. These women who are criminals technically, but what the reason and why they're doing it is not like, it's kind of like almost a Robin Hood crime when you think,
a little bit of a Robin Hood,
yeah. And then also these two people who are technically doing what you're supposed to be doing, Isa Gonzalez's character and that other woman, but they're still getting screwed over in ways that are like, or even just unique to that company. Like, what was it? They have to wear up to date clothes from the designers, but they don't even get it comped.
You have to buy them.
Yeah. They have to buy them. Their checks being like in the double digits was hilarious.
And I think I feel like they were leaning into the point that was like, and that was I think the bit you see going through the movie, that like she keeps talking about how her margins are being hurt by these boosters, But the reality is nobody can afford their clothes to the point nobody's ever in the stores. Ever.
And
Like
they're stealing.
well, yeah, except then they're stealing. And then they have the whole bit, obviously, that ends up twisting something where the joke is like, she's making these $100,000 suits. But like the truth of the matter is that like it had nothing to do with like it was leaning to the whole idea of like in these worlds, like people complain about these poor people or these like, you know, these criminals or the reason that we're not making money. It's like, no, you're not making money because you're greedy. And that's just the whole point. I mean, right? Like,
Yeah.
what was everything like $2,000 is the cheapest piece of clothes I saw on there.
Yeah.
I did think it was really funny to like look in the background of like any of most scenes, and you would see one of the people that are later revealed to be like skinless, you know,
Yeah. All
actor people that are
new
exploiting
scenes,
everyone.
the new
Yeah.
scenes, those things were cracking me
You're
up.
like, I don't want to make more money. That's
Yeah.
more responsibility.
Yeah.
Who needs
Yeah.
health care? Then, like, what are you getting sick? You know, all
Yeah.
that stuff.
There was a black crying woman says there's too much crime or something like that. Like it's like
Yeah.
too much stealing in her neighborhood or something. Like
Yeah, she's the star of Is God Is. I just watched that.
Oh, she is.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
where she's from. I
Yeah,
was like,
yeah.
why do I recognize her?
I didn't see that one yet.
Yeah,
I'm
she's-
excited.
I've seen it,
speaking
but
of
I just remember
actresses-
the trailer. Yeah.
On the come up. I think I was like seeing someone like, oh, come see her. She's, you know, obviously in Is God Is. She's in this. And they were like, she's about to be like the first woman ever, I think, nominated for like 5 Tonys in a row. 'Cause
Yeah.
she's
Wow.
more of a stage actress, but now she's making the
Branching
jump,
off.
it seems.
It's a good
Yeah.
play.
Yeah. Speaking of
Good
her,
play.
I don't know this, but I feel like I would not be shocked to hear this point when it's the guy from Ricky Sticks, the only guy I know from Don Cheadle, the woman you were just talking about, that white guy, when they're revealed to be the like what's it, the Unforged Democracy skin puppet people.
Yeah,
Right? Once they go full stop motion, the dialogue between them was killing me, and it felt
Mhm.
like they must have all been in one room recording those lines when they did the voiceovers. Because like
yeah.
the bandit voice, he's like, "Get him!" He's like, we all hear you. Like, no,
Yeah,
no,
you're,
I
you're
don't
not in
think-
charge. We're
Yeah,
not
you're
your
not-
lackeys.
we're not your lackeys.
That was
Also,
funny. That
also,
was
what do you
really
what the
funny.
fuck do you think we are doing? No, I think I'm going to stand here. Like, this is
Yeah. That was really good.
Yeah, no, they were good. Don Cheadle. When I saw Don Cheadle up close, because like in the trailer you can't really see what he's doing. It's a very far away shot of him just going like this,
Yeah.
and then like you see him, he's got the gut. The face
Yeah.
looks crazy.
He was, and when it's like revealed that it's all a pyramid scheme.
Oh,
And
those-
when
that
keep
was
her going
crushing
back,
me.
that our one friend keeps coming back to the bit.
Yeah,
of,
the
like,
single mom.
pulling out the pyramid scheme. I was like, dude, this is so stupid. I'm
She's like,
dying.
get your friend to sign up.
Yeah, your friend. What they have a name for it. They keep saying it. Like you got to join the circle or join the
It was like
triangle.
the friends helping friends. Yeah.
Yeah. I was like looking at the pyramid. It was like you, and then it's like Bill
Bill
Gates.
Gates.
And then I was like, "Is he saying that you're like?" I didn't before. I was like, "This looks like a pyramid scheme, but we're at the top." And he's like, "You start to hear down at the bottom, and then you get 2 people, and they're there, and you get to go up." I was dying. Dude.
No, the parents could, and I'll get back because you said about the money thing. Like, obviously, the big part that comes later is when they're starting to hurt the boosters. Like, one of the women's like, "What do you like? You're trying to make it more symbolic, f you." And the one girl's like, "Why don't we spend this money? Like, how? What's the?" And I, because for her, she's like, seeing like that point of this, you're gonna annoy her. We're trying to actually take a hit out of her. I'm trying to sell these. We did this because we need to make money.
I think
Yeah.
it's the other way.
Oh, the other way around. Sorry, I
Yeah.
thought
Yeah,
Did I
the
get it
stealing would be annoying. You saying destroying would be
destroy.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe I missed her. I thought I kind of got to the point where she's like, "Why are we stealing all these if we're not going to sell them? Like we're all poor. Like we need this money." That's how
I think when that scene happens, they had the device turned to deconstruct and they were going through
okay.
the fashion show.
Okay, yeah. And then they have, obviously, I know Ultimate makes a change, but doesn't she runs off with the skin suits? Doesn't she at the end to
Yeah,
sell
yeah.
them? I don't.
Well, she said she knows a guy. I think the point is that like she, as a mom, needs.
Yeah,
the
and that's
money.
what I guess that's what my point was, more about needing the money. But oh shit, I was gonna say. Another bit that was killing me. Will Poulter initially, the music in the retail shop being so
Too
fucking
loud.
that shit was
Too
it had like the
loud.
different vibes. I just like. I mean, have you ever been in any of those stores? Like the music
Yeah.
is always.
I remember what was it like? Probably middle school era, like Hollister or
Yeah.
not Hollister. Maybe I don't know what store. It was.
Any of the
One of
above.
those.
American
And it was
Any of
just
the above.
dark in
Yeah.
there, and like
Yeah.
they had like fog machines maybe, and then like loud music, and it felt like the jungle. I don't know.
No.
Yeah.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's like pitch black. The music's so loud. You need like candlelight to get through there.
You're like, I'm looking for a shirt for back to school.
Yeah.
You're like, what?
You must answer my riddles 3.
And I just love how Lakeith Stanfield kept showing up too. Like he was getting pulled through the story. Random things
When he popped up again, he's like, "I'm a demon." And he's like, I thought that was just so funny.
The camera, like the shake where
I want to know how they did that.
I think because I remember they said for Oppenheimer they filmed him in front of a projector and then shook the projector, so it looks like the background shake. I don't know if that's how they did it here, but it kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah,
so I could see that being what it was.
Like, what do you do? Like attach like a speaker to the lens and like sonically vibrate it? Like I have no idea how they did
I'm
that.
guessing it was something projected behind him, and then they could move the background and like distort it as they needed to.
It was a cool effect. There was some camera pulls going on. Like I think the one time she like goes through when she sees her design got stolen, she went through like the entire store and then ended up back at her where she's squatting inside of the defunct restaurant.
They do that again at another point in the movie too. But
yeah, it's good. Every time I saw it, I was like, "Oh, that's fun."
I like the I saw a behind the scenes thing where they built the set for her apartment, Demi Moore character's apartment. Oh, that shit was killing me. Just like the whole slant, and apparently the actor said it was like fun, but like hard to act in because
I bet I can't.
So at a 45-degree angle, like it
was produced so much physical comedy, but I was wondering, like, okay, why is this whole building inside?
Well, they had that throwaway line, right? She goes, "Oh, you mean the building they built wrong?" And I'm like, "What do you mean built wrong?"
And then the whole time.
She comes in with a wheeled coffee cart.
That kind of brings up a point I wanted to make about the score in the movie.
Oh yeah,
because I like the little hi, hey, ho, hey,
yeah,
ho, ho.
funky ass.
Like, I like that. And then every time they showed like the building, when they do like the outshot of the building, and play like the off-tune recorder, like that would make me laugh every time. I was like, that's so funny, dude. Like, I don't know why. It just like the score was really kind of like poppy, fun,
absolutely,
kind of all over the place. And they did a good job of like when Keke Palmer and Naomi Ackie kind of have that like heart-to-heart moment later on. Like there's no music, which I always love when like the score is very in your face, a lot of silence. Like I always think that's a good play.
Yeah, but I think overall, like all the elements are very cohesive. I mean, the clothes are obvious. Every scene they're wearing like the craziest outfits.
The hair and makeup team on this production,
the wigs,
out of control.
For disguises, they just had the craziest wigs on.
Yeah, I think they say that at one point. The assistant, when she's talking to Demi Moore's character about like, why can't we track these women down? Like they're stealing from us. Why can't we track them down? And he goes, well, their wig game is insane. Or something. There's like a throwaway line like that where they're like, we can't keep up. But it's kind of crazy. Demi Moore pings it down for the blue and the candy. And then just does an absolutely diabolical CEO move to try to just spite her.
Still is never able to figure out what her name is. Like even at the end.
Oh yeah, what was it? What'd you call her? Core Versa? Core Versa?
Yeah, something.
Yeah, her name's like Corvette Short. Like she gets called by her full name like one time.
It's Cassandra, I think.
Cassandra. She was like, "Oh, don't say that." Yeah. She goes by Corvette, and then she was like, She was gonna say Corvette, and she was like, "Maybe I shouldn't." And then she tried to say like Corvassier, so it was like Cora Corvassier or something like that. She's like, "Oh my, do you know Cora Corvassier? Who's your boss?"
Yeah.
She's like, "I don't have a manager," and then it just all clicks. What she says, she's like, "You can't be the one working here. As soon as you start working here, you're no longer a manager. You're like she's like,
they
you have
can't
to
never let them see you manage.
Never let them see you manage." She wasn't even like. I mean, she was always supposed to be very cartoonish, but actually, was she that cartoonish these days? I can't even say that.
Not when everyone's going on a podcast being like, I think we don't need humans anymore.
Yeah. What did she say? They said that when they're giving the backstory of the Chinese proctor, he goes, "We just asked, they got rid of sandblasted denim and a 30% pay increase." And they were like, "Fuck." They're like, "No, we're going to fire everyone. I'm done."
Yep. Yeah. It can't be. You can't need sandblasted denim that badly.
Running back to the sandblasted denim.
I think it's a real thing. I feel like I remember seeing one of those like YouTube 15-minute did you know that your favorite like faded jeans are actually like
acid
killing
wash
people?
Jeans.
Yeah.
Should find my pair.
Toss them on. Toss some bad layers.
No, but they probably
get in the thrift. That's what you didn't see in this movie.
Yeah, the thrift.
Guilt free. Go to the thrift.
I think what was she in? She was in an abandoned chicken shop
Yeah,
It's crazy.
yeah.
And her shower was the dishwashing nozzle. You know, the ones on the spring.
Yeah, that was
I
tough.
knew something was up as soon as you said the towels were in the cupboard. I was like, what a weird place to put your towels. And then they're not in the house.
They had a callback bit where like she says always smells like someone just cooked chicken here, but no one ever did. And then later in the movie, they goes, "Do you think I could get some of that?" They're like, "There's no chicken.
There's no chicken.
Yeah, there's no food here.
No, it's not there." But this is a weird one. I don't know how I would recommend this to people or even pitch it, but I'm glad I watched it. It's like
Yeah, definitely not my parents.
no.
I don't really know who to watch this with. Like, 'cause
Show it to Riley, David. I don't know.
Yeah, David would probably like it. Yeah, I think.
yeah,
I don't
I
know.
think Riley would like.
But it's
yeah,
like a movie you got to pitch, like someone who have to like Jeremy was asking me about it, and I was like, "Did you see Toy Boy?" He's like, "Yeah, I love it." I was like, "You know, it's kind of weird." He's like, "No, I like that weird style." I'm like, "You know that you can pitch this movie to someone, but I feel like it's hard to be like, it's a movie about girls who steal clothes from a store, and you turn it on, and they're just doing."
Yeah, what if the Powerpuff Girls were fighting capitalism? Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Like,
They have a teleporter to China, and Lakeith Stanfield is a
when you
demon.
start getting into it, he's a demon that sucks souls
Out of
through
vaginas.
Yeah,
dude, when they deconstructed Taylor's parents.
Oh God!
Taylor, and then it was just her parents going full tilt on the floor.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I haven't heard full tilt in a while. They were going full tilt.
is wild.
Man.
It was
they-
aggressive.
They were making a baby. They were making a baby for sure.
They made that baby.
Crazy.
Triple
was
up.
funny.
Crazy.
Crazy scene.
Yeah, I've been seeing Boots Riley because he's promoting this hell on
Yeah.
Twitter, and then people
Yeah.
are like, "Oh, like, could I, take my kids over the holiday weekend to see this?" She was like, "How many f bombs?" He's like, "Not so much f bombs, but regular
Yeah.
f."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did see a bunch of videos of people's like parents coming out of theater being like, "Oh, that was disgusting." Like,
Yeah,
how could-
I heard there's a lot of walkouts. I mean, as soon as like some sort of insect demon is levitating
Yeah.
a woman off the bed because he's devouring her soul
contact.
through her pussy is
Wicked
gonna.
eye contact.
Also, even the claymated people without skin suits, they had
Jenna, yeah.
their little meat
Balls
giblets.
hanging. Yeah.
Yeah,
I was going to well, see, he's like, what does he say when he tries to like ask out Keke Palmer's character at the end? He's like, "Don't worry, I won't go down on you." 'Cause that's-
Yeah.
well, she's like, well, then that's
We could do
automatic
everything.
no, because I won't be.
He's like, I know-
able to- won't go-
He was just crying because he's like, "Look, I know you know I'm a demon." But he's got the tears just rolling down his face. That shit
If I
was
get
killing
true
me.
love, I won't turn into a demon anymore. I'll come back to human
I was
form.
like, what?
Yeah,
Yeah, I would've
And then
need
at the
to-
end, he just walks away from her. I thought that was so funny too. Like, just
Yeah, he just bailed.
so trolly looking.
This was a funny one though.
Yeah, it was a fun
the
one.
color. I hope it gets some love later in the year if we're talking about like hair, like costume design and like hair and makeup because there was a lot that you could tell. I mean, every character had a costume change between scenes, like full color
Yeah.
palette and everything. The production design, like, that could not have been easy.
Honestly, yeah, especially when they started to mess with the costumes, and they're like, "Oh, like upscale, like or what do they call it?" Like, man, she went on she started throwing the textbook around, but when she was explaining how you could ramp up things, acceleration, when they started accelerating the clothes, and they would get like really involved. I was like, that's cool. That's really cool. So yeah, I also do. I think maybe like the technical score, production design. Cinematography.
I think there's one. I think if nothing else, like you said, I think it all was great. But like I'm thinking, come award season, I think the production design and the costumes and the makeup is something that will like linger with voters. Like they're like, "Oh yeah, I remember that movie. I only saw it that one time, but it was colorful as hell." Like,
I mean, honestly, to really fully appreciate, you definitely watch the movie, but like you can get a sense that they went all out just from the trailer.
oh yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
that's a good point.
the
Yeah,
top tier.
yeah. It looked.
And still
It's
surprised.
colorful.
Like I was
Listen,
surprised by a lot of the camera work that they
Oh,
were
yeah.
pulling off in this movie.
I bet that scene with that woman, the sketch comedian, whatever, with Taylor Page's character,
Yeah.
that was probably a riot to film because they were obviously just ducking on and off the camera.
Yeah.
She must. I can only imagine how many takes that took without them breaking.
Dude, she's so funny.
Yeah. Well, he's like, "Well, I can't get white woman, but I can get you pretty close." I just have this little trick, and then she's just ridiculous. Oh man.
All right. Let's see. Brian, what are we watching next week?
Guys, I mean, listen, you got to go support the team.
I
I
don't need any
think
more support, man. You're doing just fine.
I think the movie of this weekend, and we want to get back, it was saying theaters, is going to be the
Masters of
back.
the Universe.
I honestly would do that one as well. I don't know if you guys are really itching not to see Backrooms. I don't know. It's fun to talk about Backrooms.
I got tickets already for tomorrow.
I got tickets Backrooms. I got tickets for Backrooms tomorrow as well. Is Master Universe out this weekend or is it out next week?
I was just saying shit. I don't know.
Hey, listen, Micah, that shit looks cool. We could do. No, the only options I have are Backrooms or The Breadwinner. So I'm gonna go with the movie that I initially. Yeah, oof, indeed. And I'm not going back. So yeah, I think there's gonna be a good follow up, obviously with Succession. Obsession, not Succession. Backrooms looks really cool. Young 20-year-old Kane Parsons making it, so that's gonna be the movie of the week.
Right.
Cool.
But we also want. Oh yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I'm saying the Breadwinner just looks like it was time traveled here from 2006.
Oh yeah, it looks rough. Like, you don't really see a movie like that anymore. You're trying that starring Ed Helms in 2006. Like it'd be like,
what if men were fathers?
Yeah, I didn't realize he wrote it. He wrote it too. Apparently,
dude, his comedy is nothing like this. It's so much.
That's
better.
what I'm saying. I liked him on SNL and stuff. Like when he would host. Like I don't know what this shit is.
Well, isn't his whole like he doesn't like cuss in his comedy, right?
No, it's like good, clean family fun. But like, maybe there's too far.
If you look up Nate Bargatze on IMDb, when it does the drop down, it goes Nate Bargatze, writer, The Breadwinner.
I mean, Jim Gaffigan is the same way, and he's never made anything like this.
I just don't know if these is going to translate as well. It's got 5 critic reviews and a 32 Metascore at the moment.
It's going to go number 1 in Utah, and I'm not sure where else.
Oh man, who's the director? Eric Appel. Let me see this real quick just to see who's behind the helm. Oh, he did the Weird Al Yankovic story and some other stuff. Yeah,
didn't see that. So, and I won't.
Die Hard 2, Die Harder. You directed that.
Sheesh. The Apple's short from COVID.
I think so. Yeah, it's a lot of COVID stuff. There's got like a couple of animated features under his belt too. I don't know. So we'll have to see. Well, actually, we won't see. We're not.
We won't.
Yeah, we will not.
But hey,
what did we see?
Euphoria, the penultimate episode, Rise and Shine, I believe, or Raisin something. That was the name of the episode.
Oh, I didn't catch that.
I saw it in the bottom left corner. It was like
Rise and Rain and Sun.
Yeah, this is a longer one. This is a big episode. A lot of stuff goes down.
Like an hour 20.
Yeah, I will say we're finally seeing the synergy, the cross connection of all of our storylines that we've laid out here, which I think we've all been kind of waiting for. Honestly, I really enjoyed this episode. I think this is maybe something we would like to see a couple episodes ago, but now that we're here, I'm enjoying it.
I'm liking, like you said, that synergy.
Coming together.
Obviously, the characters left out, like with Jules and stuff, and then in one specific character, a big moment that happens in it. I just feel like a guy who's been sidelined for so long died in a very sidelined ass way. If I'm being honest, I'd love to. But yeah, we can get into it.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't think if I had just watched season 1 or even just episode 1 of Euphoria, and you turned to me like, "How do you think his character dies if he were to?" I definitely wouldn't say buried alive in a coffin, and then a rattlesnake climbs down the breathing tube and then bites the fuck out of his face.
This is my favorite. This is not a nitpick. It's just something that like I noticed, and I think it was really funny. And I obviously get why they did this for safety reasons and keeping it practical. Was once the diamondback, the rattlesnake gets in a hole, it's clearly a boa constrictor that they put a rattle on, because you can have the snake in there with Jacob Elordi if it's a constrictor. You can't have a fucking rattlesnake. And I get why I did it, but if you look and if you watch it again, it's huge in the tank, wrapping around the box wrapping around his leg. But like I get it, he didn't want to use a CGI snake.
No,
and he had to go
skeptical.
And safety first. You can have a trained enough boa constrictor to not kill. Also, you had to be a pretty big ass snake to kill 6'5".
Wow.
Yeah.
You just bite him enough times, I guess.
Yeah. So I guess, I mean, if we just want to go through the Cassie, Maddie, and Nate storyline, so we can get to that part. I mean, that we're talking about. I mean,
we can start that.
Yeah, I mean, we're at the point now where Cassie's the leader of OnlyFans, right? Yep. And then because she thinks she's all in on this LA Knights TV show.
Yeah.
And then in a very quick scene, the director, head of the studio that Lexi's working for.
Yeah,
gets called
producer,
in, and
whatever
they're
it is.
just someone else in the studio, bigger up, just tells her like, hey, why even invite the intention, the conflict that comes with hiring a porn star? And she goes, you know what, you're right.
Yeah,
Like
cut.
after all that, now Cassie doesn't have her OnlyFans, and she doesn't have her show, and those were her only sources of income to get the money that she needed to pay off Nate's debt.
Right.
Which now Nate, it's escalated with Nate. We've been seeing him these last couple episodes get his ass beat, his appendages taken away from him.
Chopped
to the
up.
point now he's just being held by
Nas
and his
buried.
goons.
Dude, 3 days. I know that the whole point she had 72 hours, but think 3 days in a box like that. Ooh, that California heat.
Right.
Would have been brutal.
And then they expedite the timeline with Cassie because she hasn't sent any money.
They bust her door down.
Yeah, they bury Nate alive. So yeah, he's got 72 hours. But in the meantime, Cassie's trying to make some money, right? So she tells Maddie.
Yeah, who's pissed?
Maddie gets pissed, but then like they start this whole scheme where she's gonna hook up with the star of LA Nights,
Right?
Yeah.
Derek?
Dylan.
Yeah,
Dylan.
Dylan. They did that dude so dirty. Oh my god.
Yeah,
He's an idiot. He
is an idiot. But
thinking
like,
about that hookup scene with everything and the finger, I kind of completely forgot about that scene. Like with everything else that happens on,
And he never realized, which is the funniest part. I think
because they go to hang out. They get kind of drunk. He's drunk. They start hooking up. She's just going absolutely ape wild in bed. He passes out
again.
Yeah,
he's begging her not to come.
Stop coming.
Yeah, stop. That shit killed me.
That was so funny.
Goes out, drinks some water out of the glass of ice with a finger in it, which was hard to watch. That made me want to.
A plastic bag.
I thought that was
Yeah.
the nightmare fuel of the episode.
Oh, yeah, and then so Cassie posts a selfie saying that she had taken earlier. She gets his passcode. And then puts what he said to her. What did he say? Like best, greatest fuck ever, or something like that.
Yeah.
Ats herself just to get herself that clout. This poor dude didn't realize. What was it? 7 hours? Maddie said. That's the last we hear about it.
Yeah, she put him to sleep for a good 8 or so hours, and when he wakes up, it's all over the place.
Yeah. We don't really see the fallout out of it, so maybe we're gonna get that.
I think we will. Maybe.
But all we see is that it worked. Cassie's
Lexi says something. Yeah, Lexi says something that is evil. That's it.
Yeah, like she's like, "What you did to Dylan's evil." Blah 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 blah. So we don't really know. Other than that, now Cassie's starting to get some money again, but Nas and his goons come a knocking.
Yeah,
honestly, send her straight into that table. That was crazy to watch.
I know, super dangerous. I feel like you could have killed her.
Yeah, I don't know how they pulled that stunt off. But
that guy doesn't seem like he's particularly worried about the safety of others.
No.
So they hold her hostage. They let Cassie call Maddie, and she's like, I'm in a situation. And so Maddie ends up having to go to Alamo and straight up asks, he's like, what if I set out some clothes for you? So he starts like honestly controlling her. He's like putting her slowly under his thumb, first by like making her get in the hot tub, and then now that she needs something from him, it's implied that she sleeps with him, and then he's like, oh yeah, I'll do it. And then they make this deal that changes kind of their agreement together with this,
right? Because he was at 15%, but now he owes her like $1 million or whatever it is.
She owes him $1 million with plus 20%, and so he's on board to help. He drives her to the hostage exchange, and some shit goes down. He ends up pulling it off single-handedly, kind of saves the day. Without having to give a dime. Still's gonna hold the debt over Maddie, and unfortunately, Cassie and Maddie are too late to save Nate.
Yeah,
he's been
super dead.
He would have been fine, except the snake crawled down the fucking tube.
Yeah,
dude, it's what what's so great. I was just thinking because obviously you don't know, but his brother is looking for him where he's buried, which kind of on the nose. They buried him at the site, but yeah, he's right there. He's pounding on that thing. And, you could see it vibrating above, and I don't know if he was passed out. I think they showed when his brother was there. But, he could have heard him. I was like, damn, Nate, wake up.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah, dude, that was pure nightmare fuel. Watching
Yeah,
that.
you don't like that.
I hate that. That was so...
What, getting buried? That's just
like I never even watched that Ryan Reynolds fucking movie.
That's so funny. I thought of that too.
I was
I've
thinking
never...
Kill Bill.
Or Kill
Oh,
Bill.
yeah.
Like, I
People
hate... But that was more like... Yeah, you gotta,
Come on,
you
Nate.
gotta-
Get in there.
I saw one and it had to have been fake, but have you ever seen those like crappy animated, like, here's what to do in this situation, or like they try to like recreate? And this guy, it had to have been satire because this guy's talking about like what to do if you're buried alive. And they were like,
kick the back out of it.
no, they were like, go flip over and urinate. It'll soak down into the wood so that when you break through, it'll mix. It was like, I was like, I'm watching because I'm like, well, this can't be right.
Yeah, no.
That's ridiculous.
Flip or so. I don't even know if you can flip over
I
properly.
don't think it matters.
Yeah.
Which
Mhm.
way you're facing when you peek is gravity. I don't know.
Yeah,
But-
good point. Yeah,
Yeah.
good point. And then like also like I don't know, maybe for him, like, because he had that hole, but like once you break out, that's just gonna be all that dirt falling. It's pretty much game over. You got to be dug out for that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, they
it's-
use a backhoe.
Yeah.
I-
Okay, he was deep.
I read like something like in an interview saying, I don't even know, I probably need to jello check my sources on this, where Sam said he like had the vision of this sort of scene where the snake slithers up because it's feeling the vibrations of Nate kicking and goes down the hole. So he had like seen that. And to me, like hearing that, but also seeing the way Nate dies in this very like super crazy kind of set piece, if you will, like where he's buried underground. You get to have this, you get to sit with him and see him fucking freaking out. It feels like, and maybe it's because of how Nate's character arc in the whole season, like they started with that in my mind and they worked backwards. So they're like, all right, we want to end up with Nate in a hole with a snake. How do we get him to that point? Like, that's kind of where like I was going with it, because I'm like, yeah, I know a lot of like, I don't know how you guys feel. Like Nate felt, we can speak to Jacob Elordi's availability or maybe interest in this project
Absolutely.
as much this season, but felt like a lot of, he was a very sideline character for the most part, but he got a very glorious death, very memorable, and like kind of earned for the entirety of his character arc in the show, but not so much this season, unfortunately.
Yeah. He's a pretty bad dude.
He's a bad dude, but the problem is I wanted to see him do bad stuff this season. But he did do bad stuff like in the previous seasons, but I loved Jacob Elordi as an actor and I wanted to see him do more stuff this season.
I mean, it was definitely, you got to rank like how sidelined, how present was his character in the season. And he's definitely, he had lines, but screen time, but like as an active part, it's really the Cassie Rue are the big ones.
Yeah.
His story kind of had, Maddie has now kind of come into the fold. I would say she started slow, ramped up. Lexi is always just kind of around, and it seems that
she's
Hunter
always been a
Schafer-
side character for the most part. Like season 2, she got more, but like because
season
of
1,
Fez, but like season 1 and like the play. Season 1, she was a main side character, and then like obviously he got rid of Kat, but like Nate was like a main character in the show, and not so much this season. And then Jules is not doing much.
Yeah, not really.
Yeah, who knows? But it's just I don't know. I think I do like cause I think I said this episodes ago. I was like, I like Maddie as a character. I really hope she's not going to be just off to the side like Lexi. And we are seeing how much more impactful. I imagine she's going to be very on screen in the finale at this point. I mean, we're all here now. End of the line, Buckaroos.
Well, she's got to realize she's in over her head with Alamo. I can't. So let's talk about Rue's story now. Yeah. She's turned into kind of that annoying Christian friend. Yeah. And because we're past everyone, but especially Lexi's like, you sound insane. Yeah. Please, like, stop. Like, because, she saw the burning bush and, all this stuff.
Talking about Nazis.
Yeah, which is all true, but it does sound insane. I was wondering if this is another meta Sam Levinson moment being like, well, here's the season wrapped up in a bubble in the penultimate episode. Yeah. How do you feel? And I was like, well, this sounds insane. Yeah. Because it does. And so she, in her fuck up kind of way, lets it slip. She's working for the DEA and
she casually mentions it to Lexi, right? And then Lexi says it over the phone to Maddie.
I was disappointed in Maddie here for being like, rewatch the DEA. But I wonder if she was like
To me, is she like
Elordi over Nate
is she
over Rue.
throwing Rue
Oh,
under
yeah.
the bus, kind of just even with that little piece of knowledge and like
I think
that
so.
impact
I was thinking that too because it seems like a
Alamo
weird
wanting to
slip.
help her, you know?
Yeah,
She's
yeah.
way too smart for that.
That's what I thought. It felt like
Yeah.
it felt weird if that was like a slip. Like, oh, I shouldn't have said that because she
I
took
think-
a beat. She took a beat before she said DA. She said like Rue's talking about working with Nazis, and then like he kind of laughs about the Nazi bit, and then she says the next point, which makes you
Yeah.
kind of feel like
Yeah.
she might.
And
have
she
been
knows
screwed.
who he is. She knows he's not a good guy. So
Yeah,
we're gonna
and she
see
knows
some-
that Rue works for him.
yeah. So yeah, definitely might have tossed her to the wolves a bit to help Cassie, who like keep in mind this is a triple head, like maybe her feelings for Nate, not because they were together as part of it, or you could think it's selfishly about money, like Cassie. She needs Cassie to be safe. That's the only because she's got fired right from the.
Yep.
So she's
fired.
done.
Right.
This is a double one for her. Rue, sorry.
I'm
See
very
ya.
curious. I want to get back to Rue also, but like where we're going with Maddie's like true intentions under there, because she's shown off as like this emotionless, strictly about business. She should hit Cassie, but she doesn't. Like she does slap her, but like in that moment when Alamo's like $1 million for a girl, like I got girls like better than that, and he goes like this one's special, and I'm like, is it because of also the Nate of it all? Because Cassie does tell her like Nate's in a predicament. Does she just fucking love Cassie? Like, is that part of it too? Like,
I don't think she loves Cassie. I think she loves Nate because, like, from the wedding episode, and it's too much for her to watch her marry Cassie, and that's what spurs her to start exploiting Cassie. I think, basically she was like, "Oh, at the end of all this, Nate is buried in a hole in the ground.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go
that
get
makes
him."
sense.
Like when they were digging him up, and Cassie's like, "Oh, baby, I love you." They just kept cutting to Maddie's face, and like,
Yeah,
maybe she's saying that all in her head, and you can see Alamo start working it out that like this isn't really about this girl, is it?
Yeah.
Can I
And
ask
again,
something about? Oh, sorry, go
I
ahead.
would have just loved an Elordi and Maddie scene, and like I would have loved the Nate and Maddie scene this season. We didn't get a single one. Like
No, I know that
like,
sucks. And
they really could have tied those characters in together.
Did they interact even once? No,
Not at the wedding.
no, they didn't. You're right. That's crazy.
He gets one scene with Jules, which again they just kind of tossed that storyline out the window as well. I mean, it was kind of all tied up, but like,
well, I mean,
you know,
they did. The thing is, we obviously talked about like I think the problem, obviously with the character, like not only time jump, but the cast being busy. It's a different show in so many different ways, and like you said, like I'm sure maybe Sam Listen wanted scenes with Maddie and I can't remember his name, Nate Jacobs, and then but maybe it just wasn't a possibility.
But this is
I
what
don't
we
know.
got. So yeah. But anyway, what were you gonna say, Brian?
Just something I was confused about. Like he didn't. So like I'm trying to remember. The shootout happens. Big guy decides not to. Drops the guns and helps them undig it. They didn't pay. No money was given.
No.
So Alamo,
There's
when
no money in the briefcase.
Yeah, there's no money in the briefcase, and then obviously you see in the safe. But Alamo is basically implying like he ups the percentage to Maddie. Like he's like, one, I'm taking more of the money, and two, he mentions $1 million. Obviously, he didn't actually pay it, but it's kind of like what's the thing he's holding over her head now.
He said a debt's a debt, even if he didn't have to pay it.
Yeah, he's like $1 million plus 20, but like he's like, you're quite in the hole. Like, like we say, like you're smarter than that. Don't play. What do you say? Like, don't play with me like that.
You're naive. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So Alamo holds a ton of cards now. Obviously, like he's trying to, with Rue. We can get back to her storyline.
Yeah.
He's trying to hold the cards over Lori. That's what he sent Rue to do. He now has all the cards with Maddie in the Cassie situation. And with let's just get more back into the Rue stuff though.
Yeah.
We were at, where were we?
So Rue gets
she
back in
spills the
contact
beans.
with her AA sponsor, played by
Right.
Coleman
Yeah,
Domingo.
He's the old opener, which was cool.
It was good to
was
see
good.
Coleman, man. I was glad he'd been,
Which you see Coleman Domingo's whole thing about like what brought him up to being clean. He's drunk, he's violent with his wife, he's smoking crack. Then he gets clean, and he's trying to really push as much of hope, like like how to rebuild. And you're seeing all these people around him, and he's done really well trying to build turn to suicide. Someone like Rue, who he really loves and respects. She's not as like doped up as she was, but she's not clean by any means, and she's deep in with the
In some
shits
trouble.
right
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead, Micah.
Oh, no. What were you gonna say, Eric?
I want to get it's kind of like predictions, thoughts on the finale, but the one part of the little intro with Coleman Domingo when he's keeping that book of all the dead people he's lost, it really scares me. That scares me for what's coming in the next episode, because he spends some time with Rue here. He tries to kind of set her on the straight path. Rue tells him the entire situation. He explains the whole situation to him. So now he's in the know, and he's telling him, like, don't go to this deal. Don't have to do this. Like, we'll go help your mom. I've got a fucking shotgun. Like, I'll be there for you. Like, just, choose a better path than this. And Rue runs out on him. But, he's got a book of the dead that he writes, all the names of the dead people he's lost.
I don't necessarily know if we're foreshadowing Rue's death. She is in a bad spot at the very end of the episode. But I think what's more likely is because he does know what's going on, more or less where she's going and why, and when everything's supposed to go down. I think he might save the day with a shotgun.
Yeah.
It might cost him. They did show in his opener he has been so close to saving like so many people, like a whole book full, like you mentioned. I don't think he can let Rue go. I think like he's
might
gonna
be his name in the book.
Yeah, he just said he has nothing to live for but to save people.
I get that. I get your point. Like people he's failed to save. Maybe he does end up successfully saving Rue, but it's gonna cost. Yeah, like you said, be a heavy cost for that. But yeah, no. What is it where the whole heist thing goes down? You got the ambulances back. We were right about the sketchy ambulances. Definitely.
Yeah, Angel is had in pretty graphic detail. They tell you they Botox their tongue so they can't talk and sell them into slavery. Pretty bleak stuff.
Yeah, pretty horrible.
This gets at what I've been like dying to figure out what was in the safe that the Nazis stole, because it couldn't have just been drugs and money. It turned out to be the driver's IDs of all the girls that Alamo's trafficked. Now, and so Rue, the only reason she goes to the Nazi camp is because she needs Alamo to think that she's still on his side, so the drug deal will go down, that she's set up for the DEA.
Right.
Yeah.
So that'll clear her name. That'll send all the bad guys. That'll send Lori and the Nazis and Alamo all to jail, and she'll be okay. The Nazis were not too happy to see her when she walked in, feigning that she's Alamo's crossed her now. They smell blood in the water. They know something's up, but they're basically holding her hostage now, and Rue's grasping at straws, trying to use her old friend Faye
to break open the safe, and it is. I mean, they get in.
Yep,
they do get in.
Faye sucks.
Faye does suck. I'm sick of these.
Faye clearly wants the money, and there's no money in it. That's what the reveal of the driver's licenses of all the girls that've been trafficked. Now Faye's like, "Where's my fucking money?" And we end the episode on Faye screaming for her
Wayne.
Nazi boyfriend. Yeah,
Wayne.
To wake up.
And I had high hopes because, like, they've got Rue locked in this room until the next day when the drug deal goes down. Faye comes in. She's like, "Hey, my boyfriend said they're gonna kill you," and I was like, "Let's go, Faye. Way to be a real one." But Faye was only in it for the money, like Rue was like, "Damn, she got a Nazi tramp stamp."
Yeah,
I
and
thought that was
dude,
it was all gonna be a setup.
Rue, get out of there, dude.
Yeah, because I thought Wayne had told Faye that you're gonna have to kill Rue. Faye's gonna have to kill Rue to like prove her allegiance to the Nazis. And so when she's like leading her down the stairs and you're staring at the tramp stamp, I'm like, dude, like, Faye's gonna hit her or something, or she's setting her up. But like, in a way, she's still kind of
because also, I mean, I'm thinking for Rue, right? You find those like Faye, obviously, piece of shit, she's in it for the money, but for Rue, like, ideally, the money's on the bridge. It's something she knows there's leverage there. But the fact that I couldn't believe after all that, how many times they bumped shit, that dude still didn't wake up. And then they finally get this thing, and the way she just turned on her like that, because like to her, she doesn't give a fuck about these girls. There's no leverage for her there. Where's my money? No. She would have just dipped on Wayne, and she probably would have fucked over Rue and dipped on Wayne if she had the money too. Now knowing what she's like.
Yep. So
Not the brightest, not the most loyal,
No,
not a good person.
no, no. So yeah, I don't know though. We've had these cliffhangers before. Maybe, do you think that maybe Ali knows that Rue is there, and when the confrontation happens, maybe he's pulling up? I could see that. I don't know.
Well, I mean, Alamo is like, okay, Rue's working for the DEA. Why even do the drug deal that Rue set up? Why even go?
You think you'd bail?
We're good.
I think there's going to be some. I think Ali's definitely in play here. I think, like, we know Marshawn Lynch is still out there,
Right.
like, with a sniper somehow. I think Rue's going to have some head to head with Alamo again because we need to have some sort of
Closure.
like the moment about what is it, Angel?
Yeah.
You assume so, right?
Like she's gonna have a head to head moment, or she goes straight to the cops.
Yeah.
But one way or another, I feel like Ali's gonna come into the fold. Maybe somehow he's there with the Nazis. Maybe against like Bishop or Marshawn Lynch are involved again. I don't know. Like maybe Ruse.
Yeah, I
don't know.
I can't predict it, but Micah does make a good point. You have to imagine that, however, Alamo's now, this is changing the way Alamo's coming into this next scenario. You know what I mean?
Right.
Whether he decides not to go for it, or maybe they come at it completely
Yeah.
different, knowing that it's probably a trap.
So he knows, like, if he gets the IDs, now he holds that over the Nazis. He also knows a drug deal's going on, and the DEA.
Does
It's a setup, and then he can assume it's a setup because he's finding out that Rue works potentially for the DAA, and then now he also has got Maddie and Cassie by a collar, so he holds all the cards.
Does have a lot
at
of
this
cards.
point.
All right. Well, we'll see what happens next week.
It's a good breaking up point at the hour mark. Finale, right? Is this the last one?
Yeah,
Yeah,
at least
we're
of this season. We'll see of the series.
Yeah,
Yes.
and then we'll have to find some new show to watch. But yeah, this was a good one. I did enjoy it. But R.I.P. Nate Jacobs, I guess is the consensus.
Ripper-Dipsky.
Ripsky.
Yep.
We're in a real
we got-
one. Bad businessman, worst boyfriend,
Yep. Not
dead
not a
snake
good
guy.
person.
bad
Nope.
friend, bad son.
How tough really
That's-
was he? Really see him getting beat by
6'5".
everything across him.
But he was tall. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
6'5".
That he was. All right,
6'5".
Eric, you want to sign us out?
Do we want to do any around the horn, or are
Oh,
we,
yeah, we
we
can
done
do
for
around-
the episode?
We can do around the horn. Sure. People are done.
I'll go first because
I'll go.
I really just need to get this off my chest.
Sure, I'll be good.
This week I watched Mandalorian and Grogu.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yeah,
No way.
I did too.
Brian watched it. Micah, did you get around to watching it, or were you not?
Fuck no.
You did not care.
that shit was.
did not care.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
talk your piece.
Yeah, no, I'm really disappointed. This is a show that I'm really just getting my soapbox. This is a show that when it came out in 2019, you had Greg Fraser as a cinematographer. You had Ludwig creating an original score. It was fresh. It was new. And now we got a movie out of it 7 years later, and it is complete slop.
Yeah.
There isn't any character development. No one changed. It's a long episode of television. And it made me appreciate a movie like Solo so much more. If you go back and watch even just how Solo looks versus this movie, it is night and day. This movie looks like shit.
Yeah,
Ludwig still scores it for whatever reason.
That was one of the better parts of the movie. Was the score.
A check.
I'll give it that. The score was still
he has to
hitting.
just reuse his own stuff. And then he had some new stuff in there.
I liked it. I liked the score.
I don't know if Pedro was actually acting in the suit outside of his like one
scene,
big
the one
set piece.
scene. Yeah.
Wait, he's
but
masked on for most of it.
Like
He's masked
literally
on for
one
most of
scene.
it.
Literally one scene.
Oh
He's got
my
his mask
God.
off.
One
bro.
scene
It's
and
the
one big
movie.
set piece.
That's
He gets
crazy.
one. There's one big set. He has his mask off, and that's.
I don't know if it's him the whole time under.
It
you know,
wasn't
the
on the
show,
show.
they-
It wasn't on
the
the
show,
show.
Micah,
they
there
stopped
is a part in the middle that goes on so long where he's passed out from poison, and we really focus on Grogu for probably 15 minutes of an hour 45 runtime. This dude could have been a dummy. He could have been a fucking crash
it could have
dummy
been anyone.
on the side. It was bad, man.
And you know what? Everyone just phones it in. Like
Yep.
I think the puppet that played Grogu gave a better performance than Sigourney Weaver.
Oh
Like
my god.
she didn't give a fuck.
No.
And everyone, I got mad when I saw Dave Filoni was one of the pilots at the end. I got really pissed off. Like, why is he getting lines? All the pilots look like they couldn't care. Go back and watch Rogue One. The pilots in that are like,
They look like they're locked in. Yeah.
Passion. Yeah. They didn't care in this movie. And then let's talk about Jeremy Allen White.
Oh my
You're
God.
not a big enough star to be phoning it in like this. You are a muscular slug, and it sounds like you recorded this over like Zoom or like Microsoft Teams. It sounds like he's on a podcast, and it's the same line over and over and over, Brian.
Yeah. I'm not
That
my
you-
father. Do you know what it's like to be the son of Jabba the Hutt?
I want to be my own man.
I'm not my monster. They only look at me and they see a monster. I'm dead if I
cheer
go
for
back
me.
to Ned of the Hut. They cheer for me here.
They hated my dad, but they cheer for me.
It's so bad.
Ooh.
I could not believe it. It's this movie. I've never seen a movie like when it's like the devoid of dialogue, and when it is dialogue, it's off the chain. There's no character development at all for a movie like.
It's a laundry list of things to do. They just bink, bink, bink. They just do.
And
these
the
things.
action wasn't even
And no
that
one
cool.
changes.
Like there were a couple okay scenes, and
No.
that was
Ooh.
it. Like it's bad on all fronts. And like I'm watching this too, Eric. Sometimes like you talked about like looking like even the scenes like that people thought were cool. Like this dude fucking directed Iron Man, and Mando flying around looks like dog shit. He's a metal guy in a suit who
Yeah.
flies.
You've done
You've done this
buddy.
before.
And it looked way better in 2008 than it does
Whoa.
here.
Yeah,
Like,
it was
I
rough.
was really disappointed. First Star Wars movie since Rise of Skywalker, which is maybe I think my least ranked, like my lowest rated movie on Letterboxd. This didn't do much better in my book. I'm really disappointed that this is where they landed on after. I mean, I think the third season could have been a better movie than this. This
Yeah.
felt like there was a fourth season that they like speed run
Yeah.
into
Ooh.
a movie.
Dude,
Um,
this coming from a Dave Filoni apologist over here too, so you know it's bad.
Low key,
Nah.
Eric, this is your fault for liking Clone Wars.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Anime. Don't rage me. I won't fall for it. I won't fall for it.
He's
It's your
just
fault,
so-
low key.
Star Wars has done so well on the animated side. Maul
Yeah.
Shadow Lord, you're my baby.
He's
But
done a lot of good on the
unfortunately,
animated.
They just completely dropped the ball outside of Andor on the live action stuff.
I think
Like,
he's become. I
since-
think he made a good product in his animated world, and now he's obsessed with pulling from it, no matter what it is. Like
Did
I
Ahsoka show up?
no, thank
No.
God. But there were. I was saying to somebody because I didn't watch Rebel and stuff. I was like, I kept hearing names, and I heard people getting kind of excited in the crowd. I had no idea who these fucking people
Zeb.
are. Don't know who that
We
dude
don't
is.
need him there. We don't
Well,
need him there.
Zeb. Do you think
Well,
there was
Zeb.
Zeb, and then there was Boda? Who the fuck is Boda?
Oh yeah, that's a bounty hunter. Yeah, man. Yeah, Boda's there. He's a big bad.
Dingus,
And-
Dingus,
and you know
Dongus.
what?
Isn't
There's
that
no
Korean?
stakes because like he's probably the coolest character in the movie.
Leaves.
Completely CGI.
Turkish
and,
Squandale Dingle?
pretty much. And you know he doesn't die at the end, so no stakes. You know we
He has
just
a kind of cool scene, and then they bring him the job at the huts, and then there's a big fight scene, and then he's like, "Whoa, they're not paying me anymore. I'm out." He leaves. That's it.
no. This was
that was the bad guy, the big bad.
really disappointing.
The huts look
Um,
so bad too, and Eric, I'll keep this as my other one too because this was one of the big ones I want to talk about. Like this movie was bad on all fronts. I could not believe it. And I know I'm sorry this upset you, Eric, because I know you like this was if anyone was going to be defending it, it would have been you, and you could. This sucked.
I'm upset. I'm really
Yeah.
upset. It's disappointing. Sigourney, like, I get it. You're old. Like, you don't care. You're just there to cash a check. Cool. Also, I brought it up in our text message. Martin Scorsese has two scenes as like a CGI monkey, and he is like the fourth build actor in this movie.
Yeah.
Like it goes Pedro Pascal, and then Jeremy Allen White.
Jeremy Allen
and
White's
then-
second build, it's insane.
Yeah, it's like nonsense, and then it's Martin Scorsese. And
I don't think
what
Eric
are you even doing there?
Eric's
Like,
not even selling this enough, Micah, that how bad Jeremy Allen White's performance is. It's like I
He's
like the
not
guy.
I like the bear. Listen, bro, I didn't.
I don't want to
watch
say it
Bruce
again,
Springsteen.
Eric, but this is also your fault. Y'all
What?
hyped
No.
up the bear
Now we get
so much, and now look
so
at
when
him.
even Moss is in Andor, he's great. I enjoy Andor. It's a fantastic product. That's the bear. And now Jeremy Allen White is over here and he's pooing his pants on screen as a giant muscular slug.
I think it's so that's also weird. Watching Huts fight was uncanny. I didn't like it. They like roll and like
Jabba should have never gotten choked out by Princess Leia if Jeremy Allen White's slug could do that.
I didn't
fucking rolled.
As a real hater, I used to pray for times like this.
Yeah.
Jeremy Allen White's biopic flops, and then now he's getting shit on for his CGI slug performance.
This is maybe Micah's least. I know Micah doesn't like Pedro either, so this is all. Like,
I want Pedro to stop doing this. I want Pedro to stop being a dad.
People forget that
You're a real actor, buddy.
When he was cast in The Mandalorian, he wasn't as big. We're still coming off of the Game of Thrones, like and it kind of worked because he had that like tone to be kind of like this is the way. But now it's like it could be anyone under that fucking mask right now. It does. He just goes, "Hey Grogu, don't touch those buttons. Hey, the other button, Grogu. Oh, don't eat that before. Don't eat that before dinner.
Grogu just eats half the movie. Like,
I fucking hate Grogu.
Listen, and I know it's supposed to be fun, but the problem is this movie wasn't fun. No. It wasn't fun. If you thought it was fun, I'm sorry. It's not. Hoppers is fun. Hoppers is fun.
We had to watch this dude steal fish twice. This little puppet ass.
I would have peed during that. I came back and he was stealing fish from like a cockroach guy, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on right now, but it's fine. Pedro's asleep. Like he's still asleep.
I just can't stress enough about like how much of that work was really done by his stunt doubles. He do it.
I'm aware.
No, but I'm just saying I forgot about the scene where he's straight up asleep for 15 to 20 minutes.
There are just so many better options for a movie.
Oh man, Eric, that was funny. I'm glad you got to say that. You cracked me up. It was rough. That's all I want to talk about. Yeah, Mike, I don't have to. I didn't have a very interesting watch week. I did see Mandalorian. Do you have anything that you want to share before we wrap up?
Yeah, I watched a movie that I liked. I enjoyed from 1989, just called Action USA.
Ooh.
And I will say that's pretty much what you need to know. It's got like a very thin plot. This woman's boyfriend stole some diamonds and hid them. So now these gangsters are after them. They kill her boyfriend. Then she starts riding around with these two FBI agents. But the whole time, it's all about the action. Cars explode. She even sings a song. There's like a musical number they threw in there just because. But it's really just like stunt after stunt after stunt after stunt. And it was really fun. I realized I had read about one stunt they did in particular where they have a guy drive a car off a ramp through a camper that's rigged with explosives.
That's pretty cool.
And then he drives out the other side and it's blowing up. And they had to do that for real because they couldn't get the car to like fling the right way.
That's cool.
And they were like, we'll do this once. And I had read this book when I was a kid because I wanted to be a stuntman. And it had this stunt in it and like the boat jump from Face Off and all that stuff. So
cool.
Nice to check this off the bucket list.
I never heard of it before, but I was looking it up while you were talking, and I was like, "Oh, it's cool. I gotta check that out."
Super simple, just two guys with guns,
love
protecting a lady.
Boom.
Yeah, in a van. There we go. Oh man, yeah, definitely better than the. I had two Sean Levy ones. I watched two of the Night in the Museums. That stunt work in there was atrocious.
Well, we'll always have Night in the Museum. I do.
Man.
So many people in that movie. It was insane. That's the only thing I'll say because I don't really go into detail. We all seen the movies. Every time I'm watching the sequels, I'm like, how many fucking Academy Awards and like respectable comedic actors are in these fucking movies? It's insane.
Yeah. Ben Stiller's had aura. He could get anyone in a movie.
I guess, yeah.
Now he's in commercials with Benson Boone.
He's on the
It
sidelines.
was. I just forget how much money the first one made. Like these were three pretty fucking huge movies. I don't know how much. Yeah, but anyway, that was my fun watch. But
send us out, Eric.
Send us out.
Yep. Well, thanks for watching, guys. Go check out our last episode on Obsession Euphoria from last week. And next week we'll be back with Backrooms and Euphoria finale. So it's going to be a good one. Make sure you tap in.
Nice.
Thanks everyone for watching.
All right.
See you guys soon.
Peace.
See you.